I've come up here today. The Ulster Scots Agency advised me that you were running the radio station here in Maghera.
So,
yes?
So you're involved with the Ulster Scots?
Well, I'm not involved with the Ulster Scots Agency. I'm involved with the Ulster Scots Language Society. I'm a member of the Language Society, and I do some work in the spare time for them.
So you say you're involved with the Ulster Scots language. You know, can you speak any of this Ulster Scots to us? Just a wee short bit now.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a great speaker of it, but if I had a book here, I would read you a wee poem, but a hey nay book, a canny day off, a hinny off, the day off, way.
Right, could you translate that into English?
Well, I think you would have understood the first few phrases there, that I would have been happy reading a poem in Ulster Scots to you, but I haven't got a book with me. And as I said, I can't do anything if I haven't got anything to do anything with. A canny day off, if a henny off, the day off, week. So that's pretty...
Yeah, that sounds a pretty nice language or way of speaking. What would you say to those people who maybe would say, oh, it's only a dialect or something? Would you argue back with them at all? Or?
Well, we don't really need to argue back because we've already got recognition anyway as a language, so really as a debating point, it's a debate that's been held and a decision has been made, so it really is no point in it. In terms of it, is it a language or a dialect? The thing is, linguists don't distinguish between language and dialect. There is no definition of what a language is and what a dialect is. And linguists who have written about it, one linguist said that a language was a dialect with an army and a navy. And another linguist, he has said there really isn't any difference between a dialect and a language. He says a language is just a dialect that has had good luck and has been adopted as the lingua franca of whatever country or nation. So, all language is dialect and all dialect is language.
Yes, that is a very good answer. You said you come from Belfast.
Yes.
What part of Belfast do you come from?
I live on near the St. Field Road, so southeast Belfast, I suppose you can answer that.
Well, you've come down here today, and you come down primarily to see how the radio station is working. Are you impressed?
I'm extremely impressed.
And
I was impressed when I came in and saw all the equipment, and I saw you using the equipment, and it sounded very good. And then, as you know, I went out to my car and I sat in my car for half an hour listening to it on the car radio, and it sounded even better. And I went through the stations to listen to the other stations, and that impressed me as well, because the difference between the professional stations and this as a community station wasn't that great. So yes, very impressed.
Well, you come down from Belfast to see how the station here is working. Are you proposing to take this station to Belfast at some time?
Well, I talked to one of the workers in the agency, and they were quite keen that some of the other community groups would take up this station and run it, and I had agreed that I would talk to some other groups and see if we could form partnerships and run it with the other community groups. But really, I know that we're nothing about running radio, and that's the reason I came down here today, was to find out just all about it, the equipment you needed, the costs involved, the number of people you needed, the sort of skills that those people had to have. And it has been a very, very good day for me to come here, because the amount of information that I picked up and even the contacts I've made really are very valuable.
Well, did your visit here, did we help you, or did we put you off?
No, you helped me a lot. The visit was much better than I expected. I'm extremely happy with the visit today. I'm very, very impressed.
And you weren't expecting to be speaking on radio, sure you weren't?
No, I wasn't, no.
Well, John, we're delighted to have been speaking with you, and I would encourage you to take the radio station to Belfast. What do you think, Al?
Absolutely, it's been very successful over in Balmoney and Rathmines, and I think Lee's been in Larne already. and I believe we're going to swap some material. You have some poetry there by was it Charlie Dillon or James Fenton, maybe was it that you were?
Yes, I have a collection of stuff, and I think I get that to you.
Yeah.
But clearly, if we need to get permission, we can use it. But
Yeah.
assuming that that's all done, yes,
There's
I
a
get
collaboration going here, and we'll maybe
Yeah.
maybe get a few bits of new material.
Yes.
And anybody interested in that, there's a wee website there. It's www.ulsterscots.co.uk, and there's a wee hyphen or a dash between the word Ulster and Scots, where we're hoping to put up some video of the various artists, musicians and things that have been here over the past week or so, and that'll be playing in the marquee next week. We've a few text requests in here at the minute. We've been asked to play the oldest swinger in town for wee Pat McKee in McKee's #1 Van Man from All the Boys in the Bowling Hall. Unfortunately, we haven't got the oldest swinger in town here with us, so we're going to play Grandpa Jones instead by the Rednecks. I'm not too sure what that is, but we're going to play it anyhow. And then we've been asked to play anything by Daniel for Jake Selfridge from Someone Who Loves You. Presumably that's a bit of Daniel O'Donnell that's coming up next. So please do text us, folks. It's just an ordinary O2 phone number. It's not a premium rate or anything like that there. 077 326 99137.